guys, it's Super Ivy, the hashtag hero. I am live in Berlin, Germany's Victoria Park with this beautiful waterfall right in the middle of the city. I love it, it's so cool. And today I want to do a quick hero reads episode where I go over the latest book that I've read, and it is Start Something That Matters. It's by Blake Mycoskie, and it's the story of Tom's shoes and how they came about, and it's a little more than that too. It's more in terms of today's day and age with startup culture and things like that, and I found it really valuable, and I wanted to tell you guys about it. So everyone knows Tom's, or if you don't, Blake Mycoskie created Tom's Shoes, and it's a one-for-one business model where for every pair of shoes that is sold, they give a pair to a child in need somewhere in the world. And it's a really cool social entrepreneurial venture, and in the book he talks a lot about like how businesses now are really going more towards that direction, and I think it's totally true. And I think this can kind of be like um, a millennial entrepreneur's manifesto. It goes like in the beginning he says, "Love your work, work for what you love, and change the world all at the same time." And I think that that's a very real statement for a lot of young people today. Is they're thrust into this world where now it's better that they come up with innovative ways to make the world a better place, like being an entrepreneur and things like that. And because the conventional 9 to 5 we have seen doesn't necessarily work in the long term for everyone, not since all the financial crisis and everything. So it's good to have these kinds of values and these insights that help you to be very motivated and inspired to create good and also make profit at the same time. So I think it's really great. What I love about the book is that he speaks in such a way that's more of a storytelling type of thing, and that's a really big value from the Tom story. He tells the Tom story, and he attests that all of the success that he got, for the most part, has come from storytelling, like the story of Tom's and how he went to Argentina and saw the disparity and saw these shoes and just sparked an idea that if we sold them in the Western world, we'd be able to create more and be able to help people back in Argentina and in other places that really need it. And so what I really appreciate is his storytelling, the way he tells stories throughout the entire book. He references a lot of different companies. It's almost like an extended blog post, so it's really easy to read because he's referencing a lot of different companies and startups and things like that, and their story, their success story, and how they were able to go against the grain and do things differently, but also make a really great difference in the world. And I think it's really good. Something that I liked about it, his startup culture is really interesting to me. He says that he gives people very interesting titles so that when people call and things like that, like no one really knows what their titles are. So in the front you see like it says Chief Shoe Giver. So versus being like CEO or whatever, he comes up with these cool names. A lot of people had very interesting titles that I don't even know what they could possibly mean, and I think that's the entire point, is this whole transparency, but at the same time everyone's the same. And I think it's a really good way to bridge your startup culture and really grow it into something that anyone can respect and that the people within feel valued too. So I think that's really cool. It's an easy read. I would recommend it to anyone who's a social entrepreneur, aspiring social entrepreneur, anyone looking for I would say insights into becoming a social entrepreneur. This is really, really good. And especially if you're a fan of the brand, I think it's excellent. It's an excellent book. Prior to this, I'd never had a pair of Toms, and a big reason was before I used to want a pair, and then I don't know. I was afraid that maybe how would you ever know if it got to the kid, if the shoes got to the kid or something like that. So rather than actually helping, I was like, oh, who knows if they'll ever get it. I'll feel bad if it gets, if the money never goes where it's supposed to go. But at the same time, when you think about it, when you buy anything, it's not really going anywhere aside from whoever, is collecting that money. It's not really going to better the world. So it's better to at least try to do something with your money and do something like that, like Warby Parker and Tom's. Um, but yeah, I definitely want a pair so bad now. I think that's really good marketing, and after you've read the book, you want a pair of the shoes. So hats off to Blake for that. It's a great book. It's a lot of good, um, interesting companies were mentioned in here. And on top of that, if anyone's interested, he has his own organization on the side. It's called the Start Something That Matters Fund, and he funds really great social entrepreneurial ventures. He'll fund them. It's like a competition every year, and people pitch and can get funded. And I looked up the last people that got funded were really cool, um, creating water pipelines through aerial distribution in ways that the world has never seen prior, and solving so much of the water supply problem into places that would normally not get fresh water. So that was really awesome. And they funded it for like, I don't know, a boatload of money. But yeah, so I think it's really good. I would totally recommend this book. It's an easy read. Anyone who's an entrepreneur, social entrepreneur, if you just like Tom's, check it out. So that's my quick Hero Reads episode for Start Something That Matters by Blake Mycoskie. I hope you guys really like it. Send me a comment. Let me know what you think of the book if you've read it. If you have any suggestions on books you'd like to see reviewed, feel free to let me know. I read at least 3 books a month because it's just real. It's a super important habit to have. I would read more. I am practicing to read faster now, so I'm looking into some speed reading things. And yeah, so I totally recommend at least 3 books a month. Right now, after this one, I am reading. Where is it? Oh, I didn't bring it with me. I'm reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, which I've heard nothing but awesome things from people. So I definitely want to get through that and then share it with you guys. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you like heroic content. If you want to be a hero in your everyday life, I share all kinds of productivity hacks and ways to be a great entrepreneur and make a difference in the world while you're here. So that's what it's really all about. Connect with me on social media, tag me at the #hero, and yeah, use the #HeroReads to let me know what you guys are reading. So this has been Super Ivy, the #hero out. Can't wait to show you guys this really awesome monument that is on a world tour currently. It is called Anything to Say. I'm about to take a stand for the truth.